Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all are good and fine. Today we are beginning with our new lesson in our textbook, Beehive. The third lesson, The Little Girl. Now, I would like to ask you all one question. All of you must be afraid of your father, right? Because it is mostly that said that fathers are more strict than mothers, right? So here also, it is a story about a little girl where she is a lot afraid about her father. But at the end of the lesson, she discovers something because of which she starts loving her father. So let's see what happens in the story and why the girl at last starts to love her father. All of you pay attention. Listen to the explanation very well. The little girl. Before you read, do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. So, whenever you are small, whenever you were younger, that time you must be feeling that your parents are every time scolding you. But when you grow up, when you get matured, you come to know why and what were the reasons for which your parents used to scold you. Right? So you try to understand your parents better when you grow up little. This story about a little girl whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. So this story is where a little girl, her feelings for her father were really very feared, whatever, she used to get a lot afraid of her father. But this feeling of her fear changes into understanding, and this fear, which little girl is having, all are having same fear from their fathers. In every home we will find all the children are really afraid of their father. So now let's see what happens to the girl and why her feelings change. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. So for this little girl, her father was such a figure of whom she was really afraid, and she used to avoid her father. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with, "Goodbye, father." So every day when this little girl's father used to go to work, he used to come in her room and he used to give her a casual kiss, everyday's kiss on her face, and to that this girl responded with, "Goodbye, father." And there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. And then she felt little bit happy when she heard the noise of the carriage, of his car going fainter and fainter down along the road. So here, when her father used to go for office out of the house, this girl felt really happy. In the evening when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. So when in the evening when he used to come back from the office, this girl used to stand near the staircase and she heard her father's loud noise. "Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there and bring me my slippers." So her father is asking for tea in the drawing room and then asking for the paper, and he is telling his mother, that is the little girl's grandma, to see if the paper has come or not and to get him his slippers. "Kezia," mother would call to her, "if you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots." So the little girl's mother calls Kezia. So her name is Kezia. And she said, if you are a good girl, please come and take off your father's boots. Your father's boots are there down. Take them and keep them at place. Slowly the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. So she used to come slowly down the stairs, slowly she used to walk and then come into the drawing room. And by the time she comes in the drawing room, she would find her father is wearing his spectacles and looking at her. Okay, and it was really more terrifying for the little girl. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? I don't know, father. So his father instructs her, Kezia, come on, walk fast, take these boots and keep them outside. And he asked, have you been a good girl today? What does that mean? It means that did you misbehave today at home? And she says that I don't know, father. You don't know? If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. So his father says, if you are going to stutter, stuttered means to stammer, okay, to stop. When you are talking in between, to stop. Okay, then I think mother will have to take you to the doctor. She never stuttered with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. And this girl, she never stuttered, okay, with anyone else, but when she was speaking with her father, because of the fear, okay, it was really very hard for her to say the words. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. So his father says, what's the matter with you, girl? Why you are so wretched about? Wretched about means unhappy. And then he tells his mother, I wish, mother, you would have taught this girl not to appear on the brink of suicide. Brink of suicide means about to commit suicide. So this girl, her expressions on her face, it shows that she was really going to commit suicide. That type of expression his father could see on this girl's face. And that's why he stated that, please mother, teach her not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. And then he instructs Kezia to carry his teacup back to the table. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. So Kezia is describing his father. He is really very big. His hands and his neck and his mouth when he is yawning. Thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. So this girl says that to think about his father when she is alone was to think about a giant. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa. His handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions, sleeping soundly and snoring. So Sunday afternoon, grandmother sent this little girl into the drawing room, go and have some time with your father and mother. But when she came, she found that her mother was reading newspaper and his father was sleeping on sofa, okay, with handkerchief on his face and his feet on best cushion. He was sleeping really very soundly and snoring. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. So she sat on the stool nearby and she was looking at his father gravely, very seriously. And then when he woke up and stretched, he saw this girl. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. His father says, why are you staring, Miss Kezia? You are looking like a brown owl. Okay, so owl, his eyes are very, very big, no? and the way the owl stares, okay, he is comparing it with cassia. So till here we are seeing today. The next part we will see in our next video. I hope you have understood till here. Go through this video once and twice and then read your textbook well for better understanding. Thank you.